Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Last Son, and this is the TEW 9 Dev Journal. Today is day 13, and we're going to kick things off today by talking about enhanced narratives. The narrative feature has been greatly expanded and upgraded in order to give database makers a greater degree of control over the game world and allow a wealth of new options. Firstly, narratives can be set to take place over a span of dates rather than just a specific day. For example, you can create a narrative to take place between the 17th of July 2024 and the 27th of July 2024. For each day within that span, the narrative could potentially occur based upon its chance of happening percentage setting. There's no limit on how large or how short the span can be, and you can, of course, set both the start and end dates to the same date in order to fix it to like a specific date if that's what you would like to do. Secondly, the narrative requirements now work in the same way as narrative effects. In other words, you can add as many or few requirements as you want, rather than just having a restricted set like you did in the previous game. This means, for example, you can set it so multiple different companies or workers need to be in certain conditions in order for the narrative to trigger. This is going to allow database makers to have a much finer degree of control. Thirdly, there's a ton of new requirements and effect types included to give you even more control. By popular demand, these also include a wide range of effects that allow for the changing of names, initials, and pictures for various items. For example, if you were doing a historical real world database, you could now have the WWF change to the WWE partway through, including updating their logo, all the belt names, etc. So that's a pretty cool feature. I think that will, I hope, help the database makers, especially those people who like to make those historical real world mods that change names of different things, change belts, everything, logos, all that good stuff. The next thing we're going to talk about, I'm really excited about. I know a lot of people have been asking for this. They're calling it Ultra and Super Spillover. So in the past, when you would hire somebody that is very popular in an area, it could be they're popular in America, and you're hiring them for Japan, and you bring them over, and they have no pop, and they start off down and unimportant, and you have to build them up all the way. Well, this is going to fix that. To improve the handling of foreign stars, workers who reach high level of popularities within a game area are now eligible to receive bonus ultra spillover or super spillover into foreign markets. Whether these are active or not can be set via the current era, with ultra spillover being on by default. Both are triggered if a worker's average popularity in an area is at least 75. If ultra spillover is active, then the worker gets 15% extra to the regular spillover into other areas, with a further 15% when they reach 80, another 15% at 85, etc. Super spillover works in the same way, but with 5% rather than 15, giving a slightly gentler bonus. So if we take a real world example, if you had a 1980s Hulk Hogan reaching 95 popularity throughout America, without this system, he'd be only spilling over a maximum of 20% of his popularity into other areas. With ultra spillover, this would be ramped up to 80%, meaning that he would be up to a 76 in Canada/Mexico or the British Isles and 71 in Japan just from spillover alone. Take a more recent example. This would allow someone like Shinsuke Nakamura to come into the WWE and already be at a decent level of pop due to his status in Japan, as to oppose that we have, hardly any pop and need to be built up for a long period of time before he would be considered useful. This system hopes they hope it helps simulate major foreign stars being able to come into other markets without requiring extensive building up by boosting their popularity levels to show a combination of word of mouth and their status elsewhere. Really happy for that. That's awesome, especially if you are signing, if you're playing in Japan, for example, and you're signing, stars from other regions, they could become popular just based on how popular they are in other areas of the world. So really awesome. I know this isn't going to detail too much of the stuff, but I know next this is a big requested um, feature, and that's product additions and changes. So they're going to have 16 new products that were requested via the suggestions forum. They've now been added. They're not going to go into exact details here, but the names are British Sportsmanship, Sand Ring Circus, Luca Crash TV, Calgary Realism, Episodic Wild West, Punk Rock Lucha, Lighthearted Lucha Libre, Ultimate Deathmatch, Rainbow Entertainment, Combat Sports, British Strong Style, Epic Story Puresu, Wild West Strong Style, Urban Strong Style, Rainbow Hardcore, and Family Friendly Lucha Libre. Additionally, many of the requested changes to products that already existed have also now been made, such as altering their requirements or their ratios. Awesome, awesome news. 16 brand new products for us to dig into and potentially, use in our saves. That's awesome. And they're making changes to the products. That's very cool. So really excited for that. I think you guys will be too. The next feature is optional oversaturation. By request, oversaturation penalties, where a company gets penalized for running too many shows in the same region in a short span of time, have now been made optional. Looser loyalty by request. The loyalty mechanic has been tweaked to not be so restrictive. Older workers, under some circumstances and when faced with a particularly attractive offer, may be willing to break their bond of loyalty and leave their home company in order to head elsewhere. This will help simulate some real world situations. Charitable donations. Via the investment stream, companies can now make charitable donations to try and gain morale boosts and other benefits. The amount donated and the cause chosen affect what potential boosts are available and how powerful they may be. This was made by request, and it gives something else for the companies to spend their profits on. AI companies can also make use of this. And the last one today, free picture searching. By request, the free picture file can now be searched on a variety of criteria in order to make finding appropriate pictures easier. Pretty cool. I'm, really happy with this update. There's been very little days of this that I read these updates and thought, no, this is a miss for me. There may have been a few small features here and there that I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. But overall, I think this has been so far a really awesome, dev journal. And today, is the 17th, so we are 10 days away from getting our hands on the beta that comes out on July 27th. I'm really excited for this game. I can't wait for it to come out. So I hope you guys are too. I hope this is building up excitement for you guys. I hope you guys are getting some, usefulness out of these videos. I really enjoy, going through these features and getting excited about them as we talk about them. So leave the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you aren't subscribed. I try to do these. I do these every day, and I have other, you know, potential series coming. They were going to be in TEW 2020, but now it's going to be TEW 9. I do Journey of Wrestling content as well. That's what will be going out today. And in the future, I'm even looking at adding some of the other wrestling sims like Pro Wrestling Sim and the Pro Wrestling Promoter and Ring Executive. There's other ones out there I'm thinking about, having some content on the channel for. So I'm Last Son, guys. I will see you in the next video. Should be day 14 for this. And later on today, Journey of Wrestling. So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later.